Starting stream. Three, two, one. We live, baby. Yo, 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 yo. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? It's the Henny Cool Brothers radio show with another edition of Caesar's Lounge, episode 7. And today I'm here with my other half of the Henny Cool Brothers, my band, JD. Talk to him.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy. It's the Don. It's the Godfather, future Hall of Famer, JD Legend. How you guys doing tonight?
Hope y'all doing good, man. We are joined by two awesome guests and some of our stream regulars, but they also got channels of their own. It's the gang. You got our boy Townzie.
Yurt, Bobbin, you already know. Ice gym leader in the cut.
And the big homie Jay Hutson.
Yeah, we out team booty, you heard?
Huh?
Y'all know the vibes.
He's off. He's canceled.
Wait a minute.
The show's over.
Y'all know the vibes.
Wait, bro. You can't start the show off like that. You can't start it off like that.
Y'all know the vibes. It's good with y'all.
This nigga already talk about eating ass. We
What else is
just
new,
got
bro?
started. They didn't even got nothing to do with One Piece. Alright, moving on. Jay came up with an extensive list of topics for us to go on today, and it's a really good one that we wanted to address today, Jay. So which one do you think you want to start off with first?
Let's start off happy, man. Let's start off by talking about young Whitebeard, man. Let's start off with that.
Young Edward Nugent, my nigga, Mr. Maker Quake, out here. He cold. That's
You see
my
when he
nigga.
got old, his son stretched him bald? Crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Wait, what's up?
You got that do-rag on though.
Hey, he a real one, but you know what? It
Like a
is.
bald nigga still wearing do-rags.
But you know what? I am kind of sad that my nigga got Oden post from him.
That is crazy. He was showing Roger's really like, hey, I'm about to really pull up on this man. Be like, hey, you
I need
interesting.
to know how that do y'all think it was a Davey Back fight?
We gonna find out this
Did that-
week. Not Davey back?
Ooh.
Y'all think it was a Davey Back fight that cost Whitebeard Oden?
I feel like Roger was too hardcore for that. Like he seemed like
Roger
a nigga.
was too hardcore for that?
Roger was more of a like fuck all the games. I'm gonna just.
He seemed like a goofy ass nigga to me.
You think so, bro? Because I mean,
Yeah.
he
Why he
eliminated.
run hands with Crocus on the ship?
Yeah.
Why?
That's true. That's true. He was throwing hands with Crocus.
When he met Rayleigh, he like, hey, we turn the world upside down. Let's go. Come on. We out here. You ain't got a choice.
But then when they
Like,
talk
I
about
think
Roger,
That's the energy he's on. I don't know. I get a goofy vibe. Not a Luffy goofy. Not a that damn goofy. But definitely a goofy vibe.
did you mean around that?
Huh?
Luffy
Yeah,
Goofy?
he don't seem.
I mean, I
I
guess
think that just
Say what?
he
I
said
think
He said, wait,
Wow.
what? That's how you know you spit bars when you know you spit bars.
Oh. I thought you was actually bringing up a point.
No, nope.
With bars, you know what I'm saying? Out here.
But that's crazy,
You know what I
yo,
did?
that well, right when we hear about Roger, we hear about how he was out here just killing niggas. They're like
But
Roger's
he wasn't.
a
That
murderer.
wasn't his thing. He was a killer when it came to like fucking with his crew. You feel me?
Did we
Like,
get the
they
reason
said
to
that's
why?
when he turned into a demon.
Okay,
He
Jay
wasn't
Hudson.
just out here just doing.
Did we
What?
get the reason
he
to?
wasn't just
This
killing
nigga got his
eating
pizza
burritos, baby.
rolls. Do we have a reason as to why he eliminated all of Squad's crew?
I don't know. I feel like Squad probably fucking came at him dirty the first time. And he's like, all right, bitch.
Pretty sure there's a reason for that.
I mean, if we're being real
He's
though,
talking
like,
reckless.
we seen what type of nigga Squardo is. All right,
Yeah,
like
he was
look, come
the
on,
type to talk reckless.
come on. I'm just like
The
Roger
first
probably
thing-
took.
He believed the first thing a Marine told him.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's like this man is a fool. Like Roger probably looked at him, man. Look at his receding hairline. My man got no drip. You know what I'm saying? Like honestly, you're wasting my time, wasting my breath, and you talking trash at the same time. Nah, get this nigga out of here.
And that's why Whitebeard just was like, you fucking idiot. He couldn't even be mad. He couldn't even be mad.
He's like, nigga,
Like,
I
damn,
expect.
this nigga retarded. He really.
Like first he picked a fight with Roger, now you lead a Marine. I got the dirty son knowing the man.
You know, he like, no,
Yeah,
nigga,
that
I'm,
nigga be like,
I
damn,
know
nigga,
he
you
was really
stupid.
thinking.
he's like, you know
Yeah.
what?
I know he was really thinking like, yo, this motherfucker, I swear to God, don't get his ass off.
He's like, you know what,
Rest of the crew,
Squad? I'm not even gonna
Marine
fuck
Corps,
you
rest
up.
of the crew just looking at him like,
Hey, Marco weren't playing no games. Marco pulled up. He said, "Nigga, what's your problem?"
Yeah.
ran up, put a nigga in an arm bar. What? He was like, nah, not happening.
Couldn't be huge.
Somebody was just murked him right there.
Bro, this nigga,
But he gonna come back? Why?
this nigga Whitebeard was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna give you a hug because you definitely finna die on this battlefield today. So it's whatever.
I think it would have been better if he died on the battlefield.
I think it would have too.
It would have been better if he died on the battlefield. At least he would have had some respect because at the end of the day, Whitebeard died.
I don't want to see that nigga no more.
Yeah.
I want somebody to run his stay when they see him again.
I hope he gets off screen for real. I really hope, literally, I hope he dies off screen.
That would be
just pure
Look, he somewhat got his revenge. He already beat the shit out of Ace.
Maybe he died in the comeback war, payback war.
Hey, bro, what if the next time we hear about it, like you get a cutscene of Edward Weevil, he wearing that nigga boots?
He's in Spartacus on
Mama, he stabbed Daddy Whitebeard. He stabbed him, Mama. Yeah, she saw the shit. It was on.
It was on news.
Nigga Buck was recording the whole time.
Sure, it was on tape.
That shit was on one PC then, nigga. You see it?
Yo, why this whole podcast turned into Squardo slander? Nigga, what is this? Nah, but I think it was really nice seeing a young Whitebeard in general, just because we've always got like the stories about him, but to see him so young and vibrant, full of energy,
drippy.
The fact that he got the golden locks, the luscious golden locks, you know what I'm saying?
I want to bring a point. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I just wanted to bring a point to how, like, oh, no. We're talking about Whitebeard. Is Oden going to come up later? If not, I'll just say
Yeah, Oden's going to come up later. He's
okay.
Gonna come up later.
100%. 100%.
Never mind. I apologize for my outburst.
No, you're fine.
But I think just overall, I think there was some people that didn't enjoy the chapter. I thought it was overhyped when it first came out. Just because they were like gassing the chapter, but that's the chapter where we learned about the Scabbards and their backstory, which I thought was was it? I think it was more of the Scabbards actually becoming of age, right?
Yeah.
The Scabbards becoming of age, everything like
maturing.
That. And I was like, all right, I guess that's cool, but again, I didn't really care about these niggas, so it was kind of like, all right, whatever. And then we see Whitebeard pull up. I'm like, oh, this is nice. You see the Moby Dick, Young Marco, Vista. You see everybody. It's kind of just like, if you a pure-hearted One Piece fan, man, you're gonna love that stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I like the chapter.
So overall, just seeing the young Whitebeard really just made me think, because you had to think about him again. Like people starting to power scale Whitebeard again. How strong was he? Was he stronger than Roger at the time? Was he the world's strongest man? All kinds of different things were going through my mind as I read that. So I just wanted to know, like, what you guys really think about Whitebeard as the character at that time, and how strong did you really think he was?
I put him still like really strong, like at least enough to contend with Roger still around this time, because he was.
I think it's fair to put people. I think it's fair to put him at like where Yonko is right now.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to say like Shanks right now, but like I don't know, like Big Mom right now. Maybe that's how strong he was back then. Emphasis on maybe.
Because it was just soon after they split from Rocks, right?
Yeah, it's like
so they definitely
years.
like so like to say now Big Mom. I would say she probably stronger than him back then. So like that's probably what he was at, because it sounds like they was still a cut above the rest. Clearly.
Yeah.
Well, I heard that Whitebeard got his strongest man in the world title while Roger was still alive. Considering we know Roger was still alive.
Yeah.
Do you think it's possible that he was now considered the equal with Roger at that time?
I think he was. I think he would be considered an equal. Like, actually, or at least really close to it.
Oden?
It really sounds like sounds like Roger don't give a damn about pulling up on Whitebeard either. And like if Whitebeard is Whitebeard, like we don't even know. Like I wonder if like when did he get his quake? You know what I'm saying?
He probably already got it, but I'm also very, very, very sure that it wasn't. I mean, as you can see, it would have been the second time that he ran up on Whitebeard, ran up on him on Guy Valley, right? With Garp. So like he probably ran up on him multiple times.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's not. Oh man.
And that's Roger's. I don't give a fuck. Even if Roger was outnumbered, with this whole Shiki shit, he doesn't care. He wants all the smoke. And that's, I always thought it was weird with the whole sneaking into Big Mom's territory thing. It doesn't seem like the Roger we hear about. He doesn't sound like the tactical guy that wants to avoid conflict.
I don't think he snuck in. I just think he was talking to her. Like, I feel like he like smooth talked her. and got her way into like seeing her poneglyph before she knew
what
it was really worth.
like you want
Yeah.
some you
don't think
want
he just
some of
ran
these,
up?
like what you want some of these kids with the name of D.
You don't think he was just like, you know, these hands?
Nah,
Maybe
maybe
it's a different, you know, maybe it was a little different back then, you know what I'm saying? Shit had a
Maybe
little less
did.
kids, you never know. My
Maybe
boy
he
was
did.
Katakuri at the time, he would have got his ass whooped.
Now
Damn.
Katakuri had his fruit and his spear at that time.
At this time?
Yeah. Cause yeah, look, Katakuri is like what, 40, 42?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. And this was like 36 years ago.
Yeah.
He got his fruit when he was what, 7?
7-year-old fucking Katakuri is going against Roger.
Nah, I'm not saying he's going to run.
I was about to say, you getting out of line.
That's what we talking about. But that's what we talking about. If she has it at that point in time, then like it's probably way less defended because she has way less kids. And like, I mean, unless her crew, hey, maybe she had a strong ass crew pre-kids. You know what I'm saying? When she left the rocks, because we know she's a fucking tank. We know why she was on rocks, but her leaving that and making her own crew. You know what I'm saying? I wonder how long it took.
I mean, it all really depends on who. It really depends on the nigga she's getting the genes from. Because you saw what happened when she fucked Pound. A Lola and a chiffon came out.
Oh my god.
They ain't shit.
Crazy.
I'm dead ass. I'm extremely serious.
Wait, now was Pound her first husband?
No.
Okay, just making sure. Okay.
I don't think so.
The first one was probably the
one that
had chef. Strusen, yeah.
The first, what? No, that would make Strusen Sparrow's father.
I
think that he is.
Look at that.
I was about to say that's not a bad idea. Capone and the Sparrow. Okay. So Strusen was stroking.
Oh my god.
I'm just, you know.
You think he was singing?
He became a pirate in the first place.
Exactly.
You think he was singing like he was in anime?
I think he was corrupting her.
Maybe.
That's the truth.
Well, he made her into a pirate. She was a pirate already.
He was like, she was like, mama.
Yeah, he turned her into a pirate. That nigga old as shit.
Drew said Lola Chiffon is still stronger than Chopper.
That's crazy.
Bro, the chat, I'm trying to ignore it because the chat wilding today, bro.
They for real wilding. They worse than us.
Out of control today.
They going crazy.
They have been saying, these niggas talking about Lizzo's ass being the One Piece.
Just as Sasuke just sitting there staring shit up. He's there staring shit up.
Like, this shit wild as hell. Like Lola looked like Honey Boo Boo and like
Oh, yeah, that's enough. All right.
Honey Boo Boo look like a thumb.
All right, we get back on
Lola look like a thumb. Revelations.
So you want to go on to the next topic, Vergo?
Absolutely. Anything to get these horny niggas off this shit, bro.
So we talk about Oden now.
That fucking...
What?
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Yo, this nigga the GOAT.
You talking about Oden?
All right, look. Yes.
I swear Jay Hutson just be yelling, bro.
He lost me, bro.
Make your point, bro. Make your point.
Oh, what I was gonna say was like, all right. So look at like the last chapter we got. It was like the biggest thing that Oden was like a real top tier nigga. They said like Roger's crew, like Shane's, they was like, damn, we've been going hard as fuck, but yet it's always Whitebeard. And there's one key denominator that changes from that point on. That makes Roger like the Pirate King. They get Oden. I think Oden was probably like one of the second strongest nigga on that crew. Because even without him, like Whitebeard was taking over.
Imagine Oden actually being alcohol level and the person who actually took the scales. Because
I don't think it's that far fetched. That's all.
Yeah, I think it was the person who was really the person that took the scales.
It's not far-fetched, and it's interesting because then it takes into context what Whitebeard said when Oden rushed out the bushes to come at him. He said, yo, something incredible is coming.
Exactly.
It's not like he just blocked that motherfucker. He got steady. He got prepared.
I don't know why people haven't mentioned this before. But like, there was a cockroach hockey clash. Y'all saw that?
I was wondering. I didn't want to just say it for sure, but like, I definitely wondered. I was just definitely wondering about that shit.
It was. The interesting thing was how he didn't ask him to become his son when he joined. He asked him to become a brother.
Yeah.
That's what I know. I said the usage of brother is very interesting. You know, I may have to
especially coming from him.
It's like this high level respect coming from like Whitebeard, like that. Oden is one of them it factors.
Like I'm gonna peep the viz right now to check to see if that translation is correct. But he definitely said
he calls him little brother in the viz.
Little brother.
It's like for real. A disgustingly amount to some people. But all Oda really did in these last 5 chapters is hype up Oden. So why would he stop? And that sounds like hype. It's as opposed to Vince's son, little bro.
Yeah.
And not to mention the Yonko level feats he had when he was a baby. Like,
and they called him Pops in that. My bad, Pops in that chapter, didn't they?
They did. No, they did call him Pops. They all considered him father at the time.
It's true. You all these high powered characters or Yonko level characters, you hear about them doing stuff as infants and toddlers. And Oden is in that category. I do kind of agree with that.
So then if Oden is Yonko level and he did scar Kaido, then it would make more sense that, okay, someone who is at that level would be able to scar Kaido. But then it makes me think, well, how did he lose? But I guess he didn't lose. I guess someone must have been held hostage, or there must have been a situation where Oden is like, okay, I have to give myself.
Yeah, he had to give up.
I think Orochi did some shit, and that's been my headcanon. I think Orochi had a lot to do with it.
Well, there's a whole bunch of theories and stuff going around that nigga got
jumped.
That the calamities and Kaido jumped this nigga.
Like he had to though. I mean, he got but apparently he was tied up. So
but if he's that strong that those powerful niggas have to jump him, that's kind of far fetched to me.
You think so?
Like a Yonko and 3 commanders jumping Oden.
This was 20 years ago, Vergo.
Shit, man.
He was in his prime.
So my question is, one thing I would like to know is it just Oda's making a character this powerful out of nowhere? Like, I just want to know, where did that come from? Where does that wild strength come from? Or is there just niggas that are once in a lifetime just that strong? Because Big Mama's abnormal for her size, so I understand that. Oda's just a regular nigga. So where's that strength coming from?
I don't know. I guess he was destined. ODN. I'm not really sure. It's just it's weird. There are these niggas that are randomly just extremely powerful, like Rayleigh, like fucking Douglas Bullet, like Bullet if you want to count him. Like, there's just niggas that are randomly powerful.
Yeah, there's niggas that just luckily get born strong as shit. Big Mama accidentally breaking niggas' limbs, suplexing fucking giants and shit.
That's what I'm saying.
This nigga came out of nowhere throwing boulders at poodles, fucking slicing pigs.
There's niggas like Yassop who could see a piece of rice in snow. It just happens to be that way.
Damn, that statement just kind of blew me away. See a piece of rice in snow.
No, but that's like, if you think about what Oda said about Yassop, he said that he split an ant between its eyes. I'm just like, how?
Like, straight up. That's unreal amounts of sniper power.
That's insane is what that is.
So then, unless Oda's gonna explain more about hockey to the point where we'll understand, okay, there's certain people who have a massive proficiency for the usage of hockey, and there's some that don't.
Yeah, I mean, I take this from Naruto. It kind of sort of reminds me of how throughout the ninja world, there are just many different niggas with large amounts of chakra reserves for no reason.
That's
for true. No reason at all.
But for real, in a way, he wasn't OD like some of these niggas, but Luffy was that way. He bodied his way through the fucking East Blue until Arlong.
Yeah.
You gotta look at it also, there was a Marine draft, and somehow 2 new admirals that we never heard of. We were even a part of the Marines.
Niggas that
just showed the fuck up.
Niggas that weren't
exactly. Fuji fucking Tora.
Niggas that weren't even Commodores or something random.
It's like this nigga Fuji Tora had that fruit before he was an admiral. Where the fuck you been at? Where's he at a Marine for? Mm-hmm. He don't need to be there, but you know what I'm saying. Where the fuck you at?
He wasn't even part of the military. They drafted him. Passed by all the other vice admirals and put these 2 new niggas in.
Which
That they just found on the street.
which means they are just regular niggas, bro. That means there are regular niggas sitting in sushi shops, not doing any pirating, not doing any marine action, and are just strong as shit.
Fuck.
He just had this fruit. He just had it. He been chilling
Not
this
only
whole
that,
time.
not only that, but his strength that comes with it. Because I'm pretty sure you have to be very proficient in hockey, like observation. This nigga's been able to see blind. Years.
And
He been able to see blind and was able to hit a meteor in space with gravity.
Fam.
Yeah.
And he's blind.
And he's just been chilling.
What hockey is that? To be able to.
It just doesn't make sense.
Are we going into death metal territory? His hockey is.
Hey, chill out, Townzie.
Shit in space.
I would love to have a more explanation on how the fact that this man is like, you get gravity, right? Do you know how far meteorites are away? Do you know how far away them shits are?
He called that shit down in an instant.
And I'm just like, God, it doesn't make sense. There's not even
Satellites aren't in the gravitational pull. So, like, what? How? How?
And they call that shit in an instant.
This nigga closes his sheath, and all of a sudden, a meteor just flies. I'm just like, nigga,
that's
this
above your head already.
You shouldn't even be able to react.
He said everything. He said, nigga, what?
Yeah. He's like, how is this shit over our head this fast? Like, what?
And the thing is, they don't even got. First of all, they didn't even know about Sky Islands, right? So they definitely ain't got spaceships. How the fuck do they know what a meteor is?
No idea.
That is how big.
They could definitely, the meteors just fall. Like,
meteors just fall.
Yeah, but it's just like not everybody sees them every day. Do you know what I mean?
Nah. But
well, even
the world's been around for a long time.
I don't know about the rest of the world, but at least Ohara had they had a planetary thing. I forget what it was called, but like they study space and shit like that.
Yeah, I'm wrong. My bad. I'm wrong. I'm gonna hold that appropriately. I'm wrong.
What is happening in the chat?
Ignore.
Honestly, you just can't.
I got landed 5 minutes ago.
You can't look at it. Just leave it.
Ignore.
Driss has been acting unusual today.
That nigga called me ball.
I don't know who he is. I don't know who
just got done talking about my nappy ass head. Crazy.
Whoever that is, it's not Driss.
It's not.
That can't be.
It's not. Oh, you went to that barbershop. You feeling good?
Oh, you got the high top fade.
You feeling good?
Oh,
So-
Jay Hutson sent that man off. But continue, Jay.
Like what?
How do you guys feel about the fact that Oden is basically a Luffy clone at this point?
Here we go.
Clone?
I don't think so. I don't think he's a Luffy clone. I don't think he's the monster trio in one. I think he's Oden.
Yeah, Luffy is a special type of stupid, whereas Oden's just ignorant.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oden knows what he's doing.
Oden knows what he's doing, and he's clever.
I'm gonna tell you, Oden. I'm gonna tell you right
Luffy
now.
wanted homies. Oden didn't. They just started following him.
Bro,
That's true.
I'm gonna tell you.
They just started following this man.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. Oden didn't just happen upon the red light district.
Yeah, like he made that shit himself.
He was trying to prove it. He was really trying to prove it.
Yeah, that's true.
But
My man got a harem and everything. Like he knows what cheeks are.
Bro, Luffy got women throwing themselves at him, and he's like, "I want meat." Oden's like, "I'm taking these bitches." He literally
Oden got turned to stone by what's her face.
Paul Hancock would have thrown him to stone ASAP.
I have a theory about the whole Oden and the harem thing, but I think I heard someone else say it, so I can't really claim it as my own. I want to say it was either King of Lightning.
Say it better. Say it
but
better.
I feel like there's a good chance that those are like made up accidents. Like, you know how like we fake stories, like Big News Morgan says like some like Luffy's debacle with Big Mom. Like they say that like he's the fifth Yonko, blah blah blah. I think people are looking at a situation and not taking it as it came. Like I feel like Oden probably was helping out women that he saw in distress or whatever, and then they flocked towards him because he was this little powerful ass little kid that wasn't really hurting them or anything like that. So they came to him for protection, and then he was in turn beating everybody else that tried to comfort him because he was just being a nice guy.
So you think it was like a Denjiro and Kinemon type of thing?
Yes, in a sense, the whole thing with Kinemon, like how he was blamed for that. He was just like, hey, yo, like, it's fine. We'll sweep this under the rug. Like, he's been doing this since he was a baby. So, it's nothing new to him.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
No, that's fair, actually. Okay, I'll give it to y'all. I would definitely say Oden has many differences.
For sure.
From Luffy. I just think that his nature to attract people. But then again, there's always people with charisma. Charisma is the thing that we have in the real world. So I guess Oden just has that charisma, right?
Yeah. Whereas Luffy's just an idiot, but it's somewhat charming because it's just funny. So he seems pure in a sense that he just doesn't give a fuck and says what's on his mind, and people appreciate that because he doesn't really lie to you. Or it seems like he has ulterior motives.
I think, I agree. I say one thing that you learn with people is a lot of the people that are really what's the word? Lauded, if I can say that word. It's normally people who are just kind of like themselves, and you just know. You can just feel it. It's like, all right, there's no other side of this man.
Yeah, like this is just it. This is all you get.
You just get what you get.
And that's kind of the way I feel about the people in this call. I feel like
of course, yeah.
I feel like y'all gonna be y'all are all ignorant.
People in the chat, and they acting different. I don't know.
Weird ass.
The chat acting real different, bro.
Now they out here slandering my Lord Savior. Look at that. Jesus is
40 niggas slandering in the chat. Only 12 likes. Wild.
Yo, Vergo, you got Sodom and Gomorrah in your chat, bro. Hope you know
that.
That.
Yeah, I'm about to say the Antichrist is in here.
Like, first of all, Jay, in all the episodes we've done of this, they have never acted like this.
Never. I've never seen
finally got to him.
Yeah, the Henny got him.
The Henny finally got to him.
This is also one of our later night episodes. I can't do these late at night from now on.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you come start streaming when the weirdos be out. Yo, you want to stream? They got work.
Like, this is ridiculous, man. Like, this is beyond me, bro. I just want to talk One Piece.
They don't care. They don't care.
They don't.
They don't care about our feelings. Don't fucking subscribe to
I'm not going to Yo, just for speaking straight facts, all Fruit Loops taste the same. Every single one.
That's cap.
You lie to yourself if you think otherwise.
You mean to tell me you had them peanut M&Ms, right? And the orange one always tastes different. Always.
That might be
You're right. That's food color, though. That's food color.
Peanut M&Ms. Peanut chocolate M&Ms.
Yeah. I was like, when it comes to a frosted ass cereal, you ain't tasting that food color. You tasting that sugar first.
I mean, that's
the rest of that. Yeah.
Nigga.
Yeah, that's like purple icing always tastes bad.
Everything tastes the same off of perp. Anyway.
Specifically purple icing?
Huh?
Specifically purple icing?
Purple icing tastes terrible.
What the fuck is purple icing?
I'm crying.
It's like actual icing on a fucking cake?
Yeah, like the purple ones.
Nigga, that sounds like a weed strain.
That's a very specific thing I don't know.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the color purple on fucking icing tastes like shit compared to all the other colors. For whatever reason, the fucking food coloring is just bad.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's like niggas that like licorice.
Is that a fact? Is it a fact?
I'm telling you, taste it. Have a different.
No, I mean, I really do agree with him.
Yo, we started talking about Fruit Loops instead of One Piece.
Purple cake icing.
You're right. I'm trying to tell you. Have a fucking bakery make like one side of the cake with purple icing and the other side with like white icing. I'm telling you, you will taste the difference and the purple will be bad.
Yeah, it didn't differ. I ain't gonna do any of that. You said a lot. I don't even like Fruit Loops, bro.
Oh God, nigga, we Applejack gang, nigga. Here I go. I am cinnamon.
Applejack doesn't even taste like apple.
It's false advertising.
It's like cinnamon.
It tastes like cinnamon.
There's the fucking mascot is Cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Here I go. I am cinnamon.
I used to think that shit was racist.
Niggas thought niggas just thought that nigga existed. Nah,
We talking about that nigga for a second.
Hey, go ahead.
He was one of the coldest niggas in commercials.
He was.
When nobody fucked with this man.
When do Jamaica escape?
He took no L.
This cinnamon stick was a Rastafarian, my nigga.
Your Apple was trying to whoop his ass.
I'm telling you, he finessed him every single time. It was hilarious. Cinnamon was the king of finesse.
Yo, they had the angriest little apple, bro. You swear that was the fat white cop, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And Cinnamon was the fucking delinquent nigga running away.
Yo, I'm telling you, he got away every single time.
Yo, cereal commercials don't hit like they used to. If you think about
it, bro.
They still got commercial.
I just don't see them no more.
I remember Oreos.
I just be fucking going to Walmart and just see a bunch of random shit. It's like, why y'all got chicken and waffle cereal? Why?
Yeah, it's like why?
What?
Bro, I went to my auntie crib last year after her wedding, bro. She had a box of Booty-O's. I said, I gotta go.
Bro, you can get Booty-O's for real.
You really can.
Yeah.
Y'all ever ate them? Are they good?
Nah, I've never had them.
And a Booty-O and then a booty flake get caught between your teeth. I'm good.
Nah, y'all never watch WWE? There's like some wrestlers. They
promote Booty-O's.
Cereal. It's called Booty-O's.
So they be getting in their booty.
Some wrestlers.
I'm dead ass.
Why do they have?
It's like part of their gimmick or whatever. They
be getting niggas ass. So they got Booty-O's.
They literally had a box of cereal that said Booty-O's.
That's not cap.
I'm not bullshitting.
That's not cap.
Yo, Townzie.
WWE Raw turns into other shit, huh?
I'm telling you,
I don't like the way you put that.
You see these niggas? Yo, they dressed up as Saiyans one time. Yo, the niggas is funny. It's like 3 black niggas. They all hilarious.
And it had to be 3 niggas too.
Yeah.
Gotta be niggas.
Yeah.
3 niggas that wear bright colors and talk about Booty-O's.
Bro, type in Booty-O's in your Google Snap. Google images.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not typing that
This
shit.
nigga gonna type that in and a prolapsed asshole gonna pull up.
You gotta click image first so that way.
Niggas not clicking anything.
The streets is trying to trick you. Don't do it.
I'm good.
Yeah,
they're called the New Day.
Okay, so since we on this topic, y'all want to talk about Lizzo? Can we talk about Lizzo?
Man, we can talk about Lizzo for sure, man.
Look here. Any girl that come out dressing like Rikishi.
Speaking of wrestling.
Screaming. See, listen, since we talking about Big Mom, I think we should talk about Lizzo then, if that's the case.
Man, what's up with it? What you want to say?
Listen.
Look, I respect her bravery for wearing that. I do.
That's not bravery.
I respect.
That's stupidity.
Bravery.
That was brave.
That's stupidity.
Brave. Anyone that comes purposely to any event with their ass out, whether you Lizzo or not, you brave, my nigga.
If I go to a company, all right. If I go to
a basketball
Jay Hutson,
what the fuck is you doing?
Jay Hutson, if I go to a company meeting with assless chaps, am I brave?
Yes.
What's wrong with you?
You a brave man to think that was gonna go well.
You tripping, bro.
Listen,
because the public
y'all gonna allow this?
Slander the fuck out of you.
No,
so you was brave for doing what you did.
I'm not gonna
a little stupid.
That's cap.
Nah, but for real, think about it, right? You try to go to a basketball game and try to see AD drop 50 on Karl Anthony Towns, and instead Lizzo out here twerking. And I'm like, look, I'm gonna be real with you. The last thing I really want to see when I watch the Lakers game is Lizzo twerking.
Why they the ones that point the camera on there? They could just not.
Yeah, I was about to say
they really could not.
Bro,
first of all, they cut away real fast.
And I'm just saying, it's like
cameraman was horny.
People clearly he's not getting enough. That's the answer.
Bro, Drip, we're not fat shaming, bro. We don't want to see nobody cheeks.
Bro, don't ignore that nigga. You gotta ignore Drip. You gotta ignore him.
Let's say Rihanna got up there and wore the same outfit. Would y'all have a problem?
Yeah. Like, Rihanna, we had to watch basketball.
All right, cool. Trying to make me thirsty. That's equal treatment.
Bro, because it's the same way. It's the same way the niggas got mad at the Super Bowl when Janet Jackson had a top slip.
Ooh, that's a good point.
A lot of people was.
I would understand. I don't have a problem with it, but I would understand if more people had a problem with her just distracting the game. I give she did because nobody like.
Niggas want to go at Janet Jackson saying she shouldn't be dressing so lewd because of course she should have known that would happen. But Lizzo, she's so brave when she got her ass cheeks out twerking in front of children.
One, that wasn't Janet Jackson's fault. Justin Timberlake definitely pulled off her fucking shit.
I'm saying, but niggas still wanted to blame her. That's OC.
Yeah. That's what I said. I don't know how you try to blame her when she didn't even do the action herself. I see if she ripped open her own shirt like that. That once again, that would have been a brave move. That would have been you bold for that. But someone else pulled something off her. So,
I mean, that's true. My only issue is, well, actually, I have a bunch of issues, but I'll say the issue I can really say is that people say, "Oh, she was a skinny white girl," or I'm like, "Yo, stop it, just stop, okay? We're here to watch a basketball game. If she did that at a party, you know what I'm saying, or at a red carpet event where everybody's just wearing nothing all the time, I'm like, all right, look, I'll just turn off the television and go about my day. She'll be fine, right? There's no problem with that. But if you're doing this at a basketball game where I'm really trying to watch basketball and I'm seeing Lizzo shake her Sally White all over the screen, I'm not going to watch the game no more. I don't know who thought that was a good idea, but it wasn't a good idea. Lizzo, that wasn't a good idea. Lizzo has terrible friends because they should have told her, hey, let's have some dignity.
I'm sure they did. And she said, fuck it.
And that's what happens when you enable people to this degree and they think they're brave about it. Nah, we even got black women on the TL talk about, yeah, Lizzo, that wasn't the answer.
No, that was not the answer. It
wasn't the answer.
Wait, why did she start just doing it?
Not just her or anything like that.
She decided to start
It wasn't the answer for anybody.
And she was just like, oh, yeah, I want Carl Anthony Towns. Remember that when they asked her that question? She was like, oh, who's your crush? Out here in the corner, she said, Carl Anthony Towns. I bet you money that's why he got 50 dropped on him. He was scared.
Wait, hold on. You said who she want to crush?
No, she said who she had a crush on or who was playing right now. It's like, who's the guy you looking at?
You said who gonna smash and get crushed?
Same difference.
Once again, that was also a bad matchup. She went to the wrong game. She should have went to a different game to say that. Why would you ever go to a Lakers game against that poor man? That was fucked up.
Bad matchup.
Was it not? Y'all saw that game.
It's like, it's just that I think that the behavior is just wild. It's like I get it, the empowerment, that's cool, and she actually has a dope message, but now she's really just to the max with this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, once again, that was the time and the place, and I don't think that was the time or the place.
For real, she's like, mommy, look, she's dummy thick. Like, oh my god, look away, Corey.
Look away, son. I didn't come to a basketball game to be subjected to this.
Yeah, well, that was kind of well, in a sense, don't they have cheerleaders at basketball games though?
Yeah, but their job is to.
And they're not even dressed all that lewd.
Yeah, I'm about to say, then they're actually just something.
And they're not even twerking, to be real with you.
Yeah, they actually do real dances.
They got a time and a place to do it.
Yeah,
there's a time to do
You're right. So even then, you can't really compare the two.
Like even when Kim Kardashian, sometimes she be wearing them wild outfits out in public and walking around with her ass on. I'm like, yo, what are you doing, bro? You got children. Like you think your child
multiple children.
I ain't gonna judge Kim K and her outfits and her choices because she's doing better than me. So what room I got to judge?
What you mean? That's the best part.
I just let weird people be fun.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm gonna let you do what you want because apparently you're doing something right. If you got all that money, dog.
We're getting stroked. You know what? Let me not smear Kim Kardashian on here. You know what?
All right, Kanye fans come at you. And guess what? I'm a Kanye fan.
What do you mean? Kanye fans are wounded after everything that he's done. Kanye fans.
What you mean? You mean how that nigga just recently came out dressed like the Tin Man?
Yeah, I will say that. That was kind of wild.
My man looked like a final boss on Ashura's Wrath. You really want to tell me Kanye West is relevant right now?
That game was one of the coldest anime.
That game was cold, by the way.
That game was one of the coldest fucking anime.
Fire, bro. I just watched it.
That was a game of me, nigga. That was a game of me. You can fucking roll one, chill, watch that shit.
Townzie, you know why I agree with that? Because I never played it. I just watched the walkthrough.
I just watched
my mama, straight up. I watched that shit. I'm like, damn, this nigga is cold. character development. Crazy.
Character development was heavy.
And most of them, you know what I'm saying? The not evil people.
Yeah. But you know what's crazy, bro?
That...
I thought about Kanye, my girlfriend made a good point. How you going from being a sick fuck that likes a quick fuck to loving God so fast?
Hey, you say you found Christ.
Hey, man, you found the Lord, you found the Lord.
But 2 years ago, he was Christ, right?
All right, yo. Actually, not.
What you want to do?
Yeah. I was about to say, you ever look at the story of Saul? That nigga was a killer.
Niggas don't read the Bible.
Became a whole Christian.
Niggas don't read the Bible.
I do read the Bible, nigga. I read One Piece every week.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. They say you a forever walker. Townzie, how you feel about that?
Huh?
Oh no.
Where are these lies from?
The slander.
Who do you think?
Today. What's going on?
Why is just why you been slandering me, bro? He's all bald. He's all bald. He's out there for Neverworld fan.
Bro, hold on. Let's keep it a buck. Chat, tell me this too. Do any of y'all still watch For Neverworld or care about him?
That's a good question. Do you guys actually still watch For Neverworld? Because I don't think I've watched any of his in like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
And does he still makes content, right?
Yeah, he still makes content.
I don't know. I
fell off for like 9 years.
I had to unsubscribe.
You said when what?
I said after I heard I eat air and breathe ass, I had to unsubscribe.
Yeah, man.
That was it for me.
He breathes ass and he eats air, bro.
Did he really say that?
Yes, he said it in a row. He said, I breathe ass and
that
I
nigga
eat
didn't
air.
Start on my mama. That nigga stink.
No. He's
He's on my mama, that nigga stink. That's bogus as hell. Like, I don't know, man. I just don't. Oh, yeah, his rap name is Lil Jiren.
Yeah, Lil Jiren.
That was his rap name?
Yes.
Lil Jiren. That nigga ugly.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, I mean, Jiren ugly too.
Hold on.
Baby Jiren is hideous. Y'all see that?
That nigga look like an alien.
I mean, he was an alien.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
straight up stereotypical alien, nigga.
That's what he looked like as an adult.
Right. Now we just being mean.
That nigga plain Frieza with ears. Crazy.
Plain Frieza with ears. Yo, did Frieza not have ears?
He's a great blob of shit.
No, she didn't.
Frieza don't have ears.
I might be wrong.
He/she or whatever Frieza would like to identify it did not.
Huh. I thought Frieza was a boy.
Frieza didn't.
Frieza was a he, she, it thing. I don't fucking.
What? They definitely called him. They said
he might have been
his
a boy.
dad called him his son.
I'm just talking shit.
How are we forgetting this?
I'm just gonna sit here and slander Frieza.
Hey, let it rock, bro.
I understand the nigga. Oh, go ahead, JD.
Nah, so this is a quick question. Considering how we kind of got off topic, is this a sign of how Wano has not really kept our interest the way we thought it would?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
At least the problem is I don't think it's not kept our interest. It hasn't gotten to the part we're all waiting for yet.
Yeah, everybody's anticipating. I mean, they've done so much like of hyping this shit up. Yeah. When we at the calm before the storm, the calm is like, okay, but we ready for the hype. Yeah, it's like I feel like that, but it's just like I like this shit, but it's just like you know you're gonna like the other shit more. You just know you are.
And I mean, you got think about
it. We're getting now after we get the shit we've been waiting for.
Like, think about it. We've had what 4 or 5 chapters of flashback so far. I mean, how long are we going to talk about something that's currently not going on in the story?
I actually have been appreciating the fact we get that shit.
No. I like it.
So I just think it's gonna like whatever's
I'm
happening
saying I like
gonna
it.
be important.
No, I agree with you guys. I'm saying I like it, but at the same time, everybody likes the power scale. Everyone likes to talk about who's gonna fight who within the story. No one would be like, "All right, man, my nigga Oden's cool. Now what?"
All right. Let me give you an example. I wish the community was around when we got Robin's flashback.
Yeah.
Because we would not be talking about none of this shit. We all
during the entirety of Alabasta and Skypiea.
Dada Shishi.
It's episodes and chapters is just like, okay, nigga, we get it. But it's like, it got one ass thing that mattered. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's true. Actually, if we think about it, like imagine reading through Arabasta, especially with what's it, Yuba?
Week by week. Oh my
Remember
god.
Yuba, bro? Oh my god.
I'll be
With the nigga old man digging. I'm like, who cares about this nigga, bro? Like, come
bro,
on.
that would be like 3 chapters of why.
Digging.
But you know what I'm saying? Speed going through it. I was like, okay, I fuck with these niggas. I'm glad to never see him again, but I fuck with these niggas.
See, that's my point. We're not looking at the appreciate it for what it is right now because
it's like these things are why this shit is not in hood.
Exactly.
It's like we get
that's true.
It just hasn't changed.
Imagine, right? Imagine actually reading through Luffy training those dugongs in Alabasta.
Oh my god.
You know how
oh my god.
community would be? The community would go berserk.
Yeah. Or even like niggas trying to read through fucking, like I said, Robin's fucking backstory. Like we would have been waiting for that fucking CP9 fight, but everybody like, yo, what the fuck is this shit?
Hey man, fuck all that, bro. Hey, I don't know about all that, bro. That backstory was heat.
Exactly my point.
No, it was heat. That's just like, but like randomly going to it out the blue. Like if we was week by week, yes, that would probably hit different. Just like these probably hitting different. Motherfuckers are just gonna eventually go through One Piece and watch this. It's probably gonna hit a little different.
Yeah, it's gonna be
being
like,
able to just go binge through
this what this nigga Oden was like. That's really cool. You jump right back to the fucking action. Whereas us, we gotta wait week after week after week. So we tired of it, but I feel like it's a necessity, and it's been good still.
I think this also goes to show that maybe the community being able to discuss everything about One Piece so openly can definitely scare your view and like ruin your patience for certain things, right?
Because, that's terrible.
Yeah, that's why
every time a chapter comes out, we're discussing like the life out of it to the point where it's like, man, you know what? This shit kind of sucked.
You gotta differentiate. You just gotta differentiate like your feelings toward the chapter, but for other people, because if people can I get when people convince you, but it's like a lot of the times it's just like I be seeing people. You just take what other people say and just like, yep, I thought it was trash.
I got a question for y'all.
You didn't even try to, and if you did try to, you bring up no fucking points. You just agreed. What?
I got a question for y'all. Who was in the community? Who was in the community during Dressrosa?
I was. That's why I fucking started. I saw all this dumb shit, and I was like, Dressrosa, wait, what are y'all talking about? Dressrosa was good. It was pacing was But bro, it's like just all
imagine week to week with these little ass tontatas.
Yeah, that was.
I remember that shit.
I was reading at that time. Yeah, I was reading with
That's
at that
painful.
Time. I did not start the high top fade thing, but you know what I'm saying? I did encourage it.
That was definitely me, but it's all right.
I did encourage it though.
Like that is painful. And then on top of that, you got the running with Gats.
Oh my god.
That was at least 4 or 5 chapters.
Y'all remember how angry I was? The fact that he hadn't fought Doflamingo yet.
Bro, for 2 chapters. It was like 2 chapters.
Chasing Doflamingo for like 60 chapters, nigga. I swear. And then he had to fight Bellamy on top of that. Why's Bellamy here? Fuck Bellamy.
Yo, to get to Doflamingo? Oh my god.
To get to Doflamingo.
Yeah, when they went in the cave, I was like, bro, that's 3 more months.
Bro, first of all, bro, they got Luffy fighting these 2 terrorist niggas in the cave.
Whoa, you not gonna do that to G and
nigga. Bro, listen.
Now running up,
listen, hold on.
Fucking 3 chapters.
Before you cancel me, you
yeah,
you got 2 Arab niggas that were introduced when Jeet was going. I was like, come on, bro.
He really said that.
He was like, I was like, they are wrong. Oden is wrong.
Oden, it's a lot of shit I don't give a fuck about.
Oden ain't shit.
Even with how he talk in interviews sometimes.
Yeah, like
especially about like his made for young boys comments. He don't give a fuck. He's like, he's made for young boys. I'm showing these titties.
You know what I'm really scared of, bro? I am legitimately scared. Remember how bad that fight between Diamante and Kyros was? Or how bad Diamante was as a character in general, nigga?
Diamante was trash.
Diamante was hot garbage.
I thought he was gonna be cool.
Like the stream.
Bro, you know how lame it was when you found out how Vergo got trained? He got his sword skill from Diamante, so he can't use one.
Diamante's fruit is by like it's an example I always use, and I'll be like, dog, One Piece got the weirdest shit ever. Think about it. A flag. This nigga can make anything wave. People like, what's a devil fruit? Well, it's anything. No, yeah. Anytime I'm describing a paramecia, I'll be like, it can be anything. Look, there's a nigga that can wave anything like a flag. What? Sheet of metal, waving, flag, steel, hard.
And then you
cape.
get Bello Betty with the cheer.
That's the weirdest nigga.
Paramecias are really like the craziest thing that you could think of.
It's so frustrating, bro. It's like quirks in My Hero, bro. You get some of that squirts.
Like you wonder, like, how does nature give a nigga tape elbows?
Hold
on, bro.
Nature, like, at what point are they gonna explain that humans got some? Do they evolve, nigga? Do they understand what we got too, huh?
Bro, there's a nigga in My Hero that Hawks hemmed up. The nigga got strong for being embarrassed.
Like, look, think about Douglas Bullet's fruit for a second. I don't know if you guys watched Stampede yet or not.
I think talk about it.
Douglas Bullet's devil fruit was the clank fruit, where he can basically add machinery together to create machines. And I'm just like, nigga, what? Clank?
It was what to do who now with the what?
Basically, he can take any mechanical items, say like guns, ships, things like that, and morph it in together to create weapons.
So he's Frankie.
And he created a giant.
Like 1,000,000 times better than Frankie and faster.
Have you seen this nigga build the bridge?
I'm telling you,
this nigga built himself steps off the ground walking up it.
We did do that. I forgot about
that. That is true.
I don't know.
Build Kawina's killer, nigga. This is all.
Oh, you wrong.
He did.
You wrong for that.
You wrong.
He owned it in their asses. Look, he was like 15. He went all the way down there. Those are his fucking steps. He made that shit.
Frankie killed Kawina?
Just like he tried to kill what's his face? Sundown. He tried. It was him. He didn't get set up.
Satsuki said,
I'm actually capping. That's my second favorite.
Satsuki said it's a nigga with great balls on his head. Yeah. Mineta.
It is. And he throw.
You love to see it.
And he makes ball jokes like.
He does.
He really does.
So look like he on shower.
So after what we talked about, do you feel like Wano is becoming more Dressrosa than Marineford right now?
No.
Hell no.
No, not even close.
At least it don't have shit that's have people like, bro, this shit is nah.
What about the Scabbards though?
I fucks with that.
You like the Scabbards?
Yeah.
You like the Scabbards?
Jay finna go in.
No, I fucks with that. Like I like learn about them.
It's like these niggas.
It's this nigga fucking Kenimon has been here since fucking
Punk Hazard.
Punk Hazard. He been here so fucking long. Like, okay, it's cool to see where this nigga came from. I like that because I want to see him do some shit. I want to see these people. Well, not these people. I'm specifically talking about Kenimon.
I'm literally, bro. Townzie. I'm literally getting the feeling that he's still not gonna do anything.
That's why I said I want to see him do something. But it's like I like the character. That's my point. I like the character. That's what I'm saying. But like to see the other niggas that's on Kenimon level, that's cool too. Also, what's that nigga name? Fucking
Ashura
Kawamatsu. I fuck with Kawamatsu. Ashura too. Yeah, Ashura, Kawamatsu, and Kenimon. I want to see I like to see where they from. I don't really give a fuck about the rest of them because they just showed the fuck up. Well, Ashura did too. I don't care. That nigga cold. But yeah, I care, but not care, but it's cool. Fucks with him.
What about you, Jay Hutson? How do you feel about these Scabbards? Because Townzie like them apparently. All right, so I
don't hate them.
3 of 9.
So you don't like them because it's the same as me. It's just about the same.
You didn't want me a third of them.
That you would love to talk to. That loves Kenimon. His name is Brandon.
Bro, Brandon is banned. Hold on. Hey, time out. Brandon is banned from these streams.
Oh, damn.
Let him know.
Brandon hasn't been allowed to come here since he said Buggy's gonna have his own form of Gear Second.
He wasn't.
My whole body.
And then
he wasn't playing.
Hey, you remember the last Jonathan? Actually, I think you remember the last time he was here. It was about 2 months ago. And he was like, we were talking about, can anyone get out the bird cage? He said, no, nigga, you gotta be a bird.
Oh wow. Nah, I missed that. I would have found his
You
ass.
might have to fight this nigga.
And I'm like, bro, you're on timeout again, bro. I let you
Right.
back and you did it again.
He said timeout.
I let you back and you did it again, bro. Can't go.
That's crazy. Only a bird can get out. No, low-key, you couldn't even get a radio signal out that motherfucker.
I'm
Those
sure
were so
I'm sure a Loki
overpowering,
you could
son.
go. I mean, they weren't hockey strings, were they?
Hmm?
I'm sure a Loki.
They were hockey strings.
I'm sure
Yo
a
had
Loki.
hockey up his blade.
I'm more so glad, bring it back to the fucking scabby shit. I'm more so glad that it doesn't seem like we're going to get multiple chapters of it because, like, we really got meeting them all in one chapter.
Yeah.
They grew all in one chapter. And you know what I'm saying? Obviously,
Yeah.
you know the anime, that's going to be 7 episodes, but...
You gonna have Conjuro's Resolve.
You know what I'm saying? I'm glad it wasn't like 3 chapters on every fucking person. Yeah, no.
Yo, did y'all see?
Oh, wait, they gonna do that. Oh, I just thought about it. They gonna do that in anime in one fucking episode on all the fucking scabbies.
They are really stretching Kaido versus Luffy 3 episodes. How are they gonna do?
3 episodes for 1 second worth of a punch?
Yeah, I told my homie, I was like, I've been telling that nigga for 3 fucking weeks. This homie I got into One Piece. I've been like, you're gonna love this episode. Didn't fight Kaido. You gonna this the shit I'm talking about though. Didn't fight Kaido. Next episode. Damn. And he be saying his heat though. I ain't watch it. I ain't watch none of those fucking episodes. I'm just assuming.
No, that's the thing. Like Townzie, I haven't watched it either, bro.
My homie was
texting me. He's like, "Yo, what the f is Kaido? Yo, Kaido's broken." I was like, "All he did was shoot a beam, nigga."
All right. Well, first
yeah,
off,
bro. In the manga, it looked like nothing to us.
Shot a beam.
Frankie.
Not one of those.
Okay, yeah, not one of those.
Nigga, that nigga used hyper beam, but I understand why Luffy gonna hit him because he need one more episode to recharge.
I suppose. I mean,
I wonder how much they gonna gas Luffy beating his ass.
He's gonna get his nigga the hands.
You know what I really think?
It's some sad shit when they get up. Ass whooping.
Oh my god.
The side.
I'm so ready for
that
moment.
side.
You ever put your hands on your parents?
He gave him a chance too. That's like that was so cold to me. He straight up gave him a chance. He was like, "Damn."
It's like when you get
couldn't kill me either. Bodied.
It's like and what happened is like it's like when you get in a whooping and you take the belt away from them trying to protect yourself and they're like, now I gotta swing on you.
Like, I don't remember watching no reactions to that, but I guarantee everybody's like, this nigga retarded. He about to get his ass whooped, and he did. Gone. That nigga got obliterated.
I tell you what, bro, I'm gonna be on YouTube hunting for reactions.
Me too.
Hunting. I'm trying to see niggas get hurt. I'm trying to see niggas
cry. That right there.
I'm trying to see niggas laugh.
Like to be an anime only, man, that's gonna be a good time to see Kaido beat the brakes off this nigga.
Beat the brakes off that nigga. And you know everybody got spoiled for the dragon shit. Nobody got spoiled for these nigga beating the shit out the dog shit out Luffy.
Oh, can we talk about Luffy getting his ass whooped for a second? Because that really, really made my day. When that happened, bro, I'm like, yo, not only was this man in Gear Force, this nigga got speed blitzed.
This nigga was mad for the next 3 chapters. Then angry.
He was
sitting on the ground, Conqueror's Hockey, upset.
Bro, it's crazy,
he got
bro.
sent to jail. Do you see his face? Upset. He ain't had shit to say.
He was mad.
Katakuri for 12 hours getting his ass whooped. Kaido hit him with a club and he was out.
Humbled.
Like he couldn't even get up. Nigga was just out. Oof.
Humbled.
He's like, ooh, my fucking brain hurt, nigga.
Kaido doing the same thing to Katakuri, same situation?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, yes. I can understand it.
That nigga ain't even gonna have the opportunity to block. He's like, damn, I saw the future, but I can't even stop this shit.
But you know what's crazy, bro?
He would have sent that nigga flying through. I don't wanna. Fuck it.
You know what's crazy, bro? Is that the afterwards Kaido was talking shit. He said, "King of the Pirates, huh? Yeah, all right, nigga."
I have a random question.
What's up?
And I completely understand if y'all still feel like how y'all feel about the situation. If Oda would have fucking explained that Wano was all the way up there, and the reason the Big Mom lost her memories is because she fell all the way down that bitch and hit her fucking head at the bottom of the sea. Would that make that better? Or would it still be ass?
It'll still be ass.
Understandable? Because it sounds far-fetched as shit. Understandable? Because she's not going to just fall all the way down there.
No, the thing is, Townzie, that actually makes a little bit of sense.
Let's answer that question too, nigga. I know you're still here.
No. It makes sense, right? So I'll say this, right? So say Big Mom falls all the way down, right? She goes into the water. It saps her devil fruit powers, everything like that. So she can't really use her hockey the way she can because she's weakened. Then she hits her head at the bottom of the sea.
Because like hitting the water in the first place, like that's like hitting the fucking ground, and then going down and hitting the head. Like I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
Then how did this bitch get on land? Did she go belly up? Like,
well, that's always what happens when they fall down the waterfall.
That specifically hasn't been explained either. Like, how the fuck do they've explained that, you know what I'm saying? They got a lift that goes all the way up. They have not explained how niggas fall off that specific waterfall and end up on a random fucking beach.
Because it happened with Whitebeard, too, if you look at the Moby Dick.
Yeah.
Fuck this weather, yeah.
There's 3 cases of that happening. So it's like, maybe, like, wherever she landed, it was shallow and she actually hit her head. But, like, even it's a shame that if he's explaining something like that, because he should have said it at first.
Exactly.
Something like that, come on. Like, she fell off. You could have had the narrator, and she fell and fell and fell and fell. Hit her big ass head.
Continued to fall until she hit her head.
And then he could have explained like the like how Wano is right there. If he would have used that to explain how big Wano is, am I tripping?
Nah, that was a missed opportunity. I agree with that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you would have used that to explain how that would have fired at me personally.
All right, so then if that was the case, would you still have been?
I know niggas wouldn't like the memory loss thing no matter what, but like that would have been much better to me.
Hold up, Townzie. I got a question for you.
As trash as we all thought it was gonna be, it ended up working out not to be that trash.
Fuck you talking about?
Now we have a bigger threat and everything like that, and it'll equate to all these niggas that we see and work together, and probably like whatever else is gonna happen later on.
That makes sense.
I think what people don't like is just like by default memory loss is just like
that makes sense. But pause.
It's annoying. It's annoying. It's not the best plot point, but the plot point ended up working.
Yeah, so I agree.
Can we talk about? So even if Townzie say that is what happened, right? You still cool with her getting brachial bombered and like brain blast? I'm back.
I see. Like, do y'all know how big fucking Queen was in that form? Big Mom is just like the biggest human, and like he was towering over her. She had to jump She had to jump to punch that nigga to the ground. He was all the way up there, and he fell on her in that form. I didn't have a problem with it the first time.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with it either.
It's huge.
It was the funny part.
That motherfucker is massive,
like,
bro.
Oh, Queen knocked her out.
I really just wish she would have just knocked her out, and then she didn't just get up and come back to normal.
I don't think she but it's like all that shit processing. She tired. She didn't eat. All of that.
Yeah,
then she got hit in the head, and then she was like, "Oh, you motherfucker!" I realized.
You know, Townzie, J. Hutson. That makes sense. But I've been saying this for a while.
She just fell asleep. I think
it can make sense and be trash.
It was the very next page.
It makes sense. It can make sense and be garbage.
That's fair. I'm with Vergo. Like I said,
that is a fair statement.
I feel it. Yeah, I feel that. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense, but it can be garbage. I just don't mind it.
Yeah, same here.
That's just how I was like. I didn't like. I don't too much care for the memory loss in the first place. I just didn't mind it. But it's just like if he would have like explained it or some shit like that better, it's like okay, I fucks with it.
Yeah, I'm not the most critical person.
If we would have just saw Queen just fall, I would have been like, bro, what? Where did this nigga come from? But he had the whole thing explaining. He didn't have nothing explaining the memory loss. She just got up. I get it. It looks like he's trying to do a reoccurring theme where people were just waking up on the beach. But that's the one time you should have explained what was going on. And then if we would have saw Whitebeard go through the same thing, it could be like a callback. It's like, oh yeah, we saw that shit happen to Big Mom or something.
Well, it's a callback to it happening to Luffy.
Yeah, well, I think that's what he's
saying. Then it happened to Big Mom, happened to Whitebeard.
I think that's what he's trying to set up. I just think the second time, if he would have actually explained it, then it would have been cool. Because then, like, after that, it would have been like a real callback. It was like, okay, I know what happened and how this happened to him or exactly what went on. So now he's here. That's funny that it happened to him too. You know what I'm saying? If he would like actually explain what was going on and that just waking up. Because we know that nigga Luffy went down a whirlpool and ended up there. Somehow fucking Big Mom, she went all the way down to the bottom and ended up in the same space. So if he would have explained it, then it would have been cool for like having
It's almost like that everything in Wano in their seas, they go into a whirlpool and it all seems to allude to lead into the same area.
Yeah. It's like I feel like whatever is behind that is gonna be important, but whatever it is, it should have been explained. It should have been a little hinted to. If I could be wrong about that being important at all, he could have just randomly did it, and I would definitely think it's trash then.
Honestly,
I definitely think it's trash then if you don't explain none of that. All three of these niggas in the same.
What I kind of chalked it up to is just like the weird world of One Piece. You know how like the new world it just has crazy weather in general.
Nah. You gotta explain that. Nah. They all in the same
He
spot.
said, nah.
That's me.
Stop playing.
Nah.
I thought that waterfall just spits you out. Like that's where that whirlpool just spits you out at. Somehow, some way, it has like a geyser that shoots. It sucks in water and then shoots it up there. Because how are you going up the waterfall?
So all three of them landed in the same spot in the same whirlpool.
Look, man, one is a weird fucking.
That's why I said this joke. Like, I don't explain it. It's just gonna continue to be ass.
I'm telling you, there's something about that one area.
Another question: how did Luffy only land on the beach, but all the other Straw Hats landed somewhere else?
Well, he specifically went through the whirlpool. He did. He specifically went through a different.
Big Mom went through the same.
Him and the ship. Him and the ship.
Okay.
Yeah, because she didn't. Big Mom didn't fall down the. Like it showed her going through a whirlpool. It didn't show her going like down the ship like with everybody else.
Isn't the whirlpool at the top of the waterfall?
It is. I think she just got
It's a weird place.
That's why I have such a big problem with it because Luffy landed at the top of the waterfall and Big Mom fell down the waterfall.
She fell down.
No, she didn't. She didn't fall down.
She fell down.
She definitely fell down.
The ship fell down, but like for whatever reason, she got knocked off.
She fell down before the ship.
As the ship,
nigga, what you mean?
No. So how do you think she got separated from the ship and everybody else?
The bitch fell off the ship.
Yeah, she fell off the ship while she was still at the top of the waterfall. They had made it up to the top and were about to land before King kicked them back.
That's cap.
What? Go look back at it.
Jay Hutson, bro.
I can't. All right, when the anime comes out and
Jay Hutson,
shows
bro,
that I'm right. Oh, I can't wait. Remember this moment.
Jay Hutson, are you trying to tell me she fell off before King hit it?
No, she fell off as he hit it.
So then how the ship make it and she didn't?
The ship got pushed back. She a big bitch, man. You know how momentum works?
Jay Hutson, bro, the ship was no longer on the waterfall, bro.
You gonna see.
Please, you wild.
I'm telling you, she fell down that fucking whirlpool.
They all did.
No, the ship didn't go down the whirlpool. The ship went back over the waterfall.
You got it, G.
What was the chapter where Big Mom fell?
I'm wrong. I'm just wrong. I'm trying to find a chapter too.
Through as we speak. I'm just like
because it showed her going into a waterfall, like a whirlpool, like it was.
It showed her in the water. You're right. The ship didn't go in the water. Didn't go up under the water itself.
I'll find it. I bet 3 and 9.
No, the ship. Yeah.
So what's happening?
Is that what you mean?
So it says the ship got knocked downwards. It's him, the Pedro. Yeah, he knocked the ship down, so the ship is going downwards, and Big Mom is also falling down. But I don't see. It doesn't show where Big Mom fell.
Yeah,
it just showed her in the water.
It just showed her in the water. That's what I'm saying. She went down that same waterfall, which that whirlpool, which means she probably fell off.
How would you go down the whirlpool?
Yeah, it doesn't. That makes sense.
Look how she was like going down.
No, but you have to understand, right? So if you look at that bottom panel, right, the ship is turned upside down, so the ship is facing downwards towards the peak of the waterfall. Do you know what I mean? It's falling down.
I think all of them fell down the waterfall.
All of them fell down the waterfall. But Big Mom fell off the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she
That's
went
why they
down
got
the
separated.
whirlpool instead of the waterfall.
But how do you... The whirlpool's at the top of the waterfall.
I don't see a whirlpool at all. And that's... it don't show a whirlpool at all.
She's not even in, like... There's no current. There's no whirlpool current or anything.
So if
It's
they're
like
both
they
gonna
all
fall
fell down.
down
And
to
if you
the
look at
same...
the like top left where you see King, when it introduces King, you just see the whole ship falling down the waterfall.
So yeah,
You can
if
see a
both
big ass
parties
size difference.
fell downward, you would think they would both enter the same thing.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like that. I gotta be explained or trash because like Luffy fell at the
There's
top of the
no
waterfall.
Townzie at this point. There's no ore because you know it's like he's not gonna go back. You know what? 40 chapters ago, where I fucked up. Here's what happened.
And that's why I'm like, I mean that's why I think it might be a big plot point because they keep on showing these niggas washed up on the beach. That's what I'm saying. He keep on bringing that back. That specifically, he didn't explain it. That's why I think at this point in time, it would have been a really good time to explain, hey, Wano is fucking massive. Maybe she fell down and the ship fell on her big ass.
Maybe.
Damn, that would hurt.
That's not fall. That's pain.
Yeah, but no, that's all I'm saying is just like that. Like if that was explained like that, then maybe the memory loss would have been better. I would have thought it was better. I still think it's like cheap that it just happened, but if you'd explain it, bruh.
Yeah, you're right. She had to have fallen because one, Luffy didn't lose his fucking memory when he went through. Well, it was a little hazy.
He immediately got up and he was like, and he like looked for the Viver card and he was like, oh, I lost that shit.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I'm like, how the fuck, you know? But they ended up in the same spot. The fact they all maybe it was different sections of the beach, but all that.
When
like
the fuck
beach.
is that octopus gonna come into play again?
I think he got a lot to do with it too, and that's why it's like this got to be explained. Y'all didn't, Oda.
Yeah, that octopus got to come into play.
Because the octopus is really the one that kept him going into that whirlpool in the first place, realistically. Yeah. Because Sanji dipped with everybody else, and he was about to leave too. Octopus was like, no.
And he's like, you coming with me?
Shit went gear fucking stole that nigga.
How would y'all feel if Denjiro was the octopus and he ate a devil fruit?
You wild.
Nah, yeah, you big bugging.
That's my headcanon now.
I was just
my headcanon now.
Big bugging. Because that nigga came out the ocean, so ain't no goddamn way.
I mean, he's an octopus.
He was on this shit.
Bro,
I don't know.
There's no devil fruit user that can swim.
Even King. Not King. My dumb ass Jack.
Doesn't Brook run on water?
Even a fisherman can't swim.
The nigga was down there. Save me. he had that after whooping. Save me.
Everybody got that. At least one.
That's what Poof was like when fucking the king smacked the shit out of him with his tail when I was playing the game.
You at the part with Kamugi now?
Yeah, the fucking is that her name?
Yeah, the
little blind girl.
Yeah, that's my cousin.
Oh, they ain't said her name yet.
I mean, I don't care, but like, yeah, nah.
Okay, that's fair. No.
Bro,
I mean,
I hate.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking because you ain't
Jay
seen all the
Hutson,
good shit yet.
you ever talk to Chatty about Kamugi?
Everybody keeps hearing the comment.
You gonna like it.
What?
You gonna like her? I'll tell you that. You gonna like her.
Yeah, Kamugi a beast.
It's time.
She a beast at what she do.
It's time.
I fuck with her.
Kamugi or Fujitora?
She's funny. She like genuinely funny. I fuck with her. A lot of genuinely funny things in Hunter x Hunter though, so
really,
I just fuck with it.
But unfortunately, this is Caesar's Lounge and not Click on My Errant Hill.
Oh, we here.
But JD, you brought up earlier you want to talk about Toki and the Void Century.
Yeah. So,
because she was from 800 years, which is 100 years, 8 years, which is 100 years after the Void Century, right?
I'm guessing. Yeah. That's the timeline. Then we guessing that's what.
Void Century is 900 years ago.
That's what they said. That she was 800. Like,
she's from 800 years.
She said she's for like around 800 years.
Correct.
So then you said she's 100 years after the Void Century?
Yeah.
No, before it.
Before it?
Oh, no, she's 100 years after.
You're right. Sorry.
After she's the 100 years that were lost, she's 100 years after that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do
Now,
you, go ahead. Do you think she ties into that, or think she's just a jumper?
Well,
When did she specifically say that?
She said that also when Whitebeard asked her who she was. So he said, "Oh, and who are you? My name is Toki. I'm hoping to travel to Wano." And then the Whitebeard gave her that ugly ass face. And then a couple of pages after, so it was on the final panel.
That was funny.
I said, "My age, I'm 26 years old, but I was born about 800 years ago." Yeah. So by the time Toki was born, it was like what, maybe 70, 80 years.
Does that take into account the time that it is at that point? Like however old they are?
Well, that's
because like she's however old she is now. It's however long in the past, like what, 30, 40 years in the past. I don't know if that accounts to anything, because it's like maybe whatever changes they made in the world didn't take so much 100 years per se. That sounds crazy for whatever like changes they have to take more than 100 years. It does immediately, but like maybe like they didn't finish going through the changes, because even when she came from the past, that was one of my first things. I'm like,
I'm pretty sure that's where the regime probably started. Is like when she was born.
Like, so there's probably more information around still at that point.
They've been trying to cut the information out from 100 years ago.
Because it's still 800 years ago as opposed to now.
And if you're still theorizing, it's possible that they could be, because, they had to defeat the D-clan to begin with. So it's possible that they could have been, say, still wiping out the D's at the time.
And well, they didn't do a good job.
They didn't do a very good job. So are you saying? So then you're saying that Toki would have escaped the genocide?
But I mean, realistically, they had to do a alright job, because it's like we still don't know that many fucking.
Yeah, we don't know about the secret name, but we know many niggas who hold it.
There's still like as little niggas to know. They still being secretive as shit.
So then think about this. Think about this. So the eradication of the D's which would probably be the reason why those people from the Void Century thought that they were going to be defeated by the D's, could be the same reason why when I believe his name was Dr. Clover, when he was talking to the Elder Stars back in O'Hara, and why they was like, shoot this man. This nigga knows too much.
Yeah.
Straight up, yeah.
And Toki might hold that knowledge.
Yeah.
Which might be why she wanted to go to Wano, where poneglyphs are Ooh, my nigga.
Well, I'm pretty sure she got a glimpse of the poneglyphs for certain. I'm pretty sure she knows more about the poneglyphs than everyone does.
Yeah, but think about her knowing about poneglyphs, but also marrying a family full of the poneglyph stonemasons. That's dangerous. Right. That's dangerous for many, many reasons.
And then it's like she already had on Wano clothes, but she was trying to get back to Wano.
Yeah. And think about this though. Think about this though. Everybody wants to know, what was Kaido's reasoning for even going to Wano in the first place? Could have been. Wait, hold on. Could Kaido being with Orochi be something that was world government issued?
I don't know about world government issued, but I feel like he has to have a reason to go with that fucking hippo. Like, there has to be a reason. Either A, he knows some shit, got some shit. There's something that he got that Kaido need or some shit like that. Or B, maybe he just cold, which is the less likely.
But Wano, even though he's cold, that's just really, really random.
Yeah. Wano's a random country to just go to take over. Like, you gotta have a reason.
So think about this. It was the world government asked him to go there because Kaido wants to be the Pirate King. Be the Pirate King, you need poneglyphs. Where did poneglyphs stem from? Wano.
They killed the nigga that could read it.
True. But he also took it. That is true, but he took it from him first. Because obviously I'm sure he wasn't going to read it for him. I'm pretty sure it's Oden. Oden's not going for that.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they had that one. They only had one chance to get rid of that nigga. I'm almost certain they only had one chance.
Wait, could that be the reason why?
He ever said that? I know he wants to die. Yeah, I know he wants to die. He wants to make the strongest fucking beast pirates in there.
He's just weird. He's just weird. Kaido's weird.
I'm about to say.
He said he wants to start the biggest war ever. Yeah,
he wants to start the biggest war because he thinks that'll be the thing that can kill him.
And it probably will be.
Yeah.
I hope so.
If he starts the biggest war, that means a strong enough opponent will come to where he can finally die.
Bro, if that nigga's in the final war too, imagine all these niggas in the final war.
Kaido has to die this time.
All random ass, all of these random strong ass niggas gonna be there, bro. Goddamn,
it's too many. It's already too many. The fact that Big Mom and Kaido are together is already outrageous.
Yeah, and then that with like Big Mom, Kaido, the Marines, World Government, fucking Blackbeard, Shanks, all these niggas, dog, getting off. I said the Marines, but that's 3 admirals and a fleet admiral.
Them niggas are a fleet.
That's what I'm saying. Like, fuck everybody else below. That's 3 admirals, which I'm not saying it's Yonko tier, but it's like they are.
We're not gonna do that.
Niggas talk about it. The fact that niggas talk about it mean they damn strong. All 3 of them niggas gonna be there in a fleet admiral. And for Yonko, yeah, what? What? All these niggas gonna be there? Kyle gotta die. One of them.
Does he? Yeah.
Niggas be crying about Big Mom. They don't want to. I don't want to see her in the third arc. I don't give a. I really don't give a fuck.
I kind of give a fuck.
Big Mom
I'm gonna keep it to myself.
I want to see Big Mom in the third arc, but you know.
Yeah, I don't mind, especially if it's Elbath. Oh yeah, nah.
Yeah,
they started. They're the ones that know. Oh, she ate niggas. She just eat them. The whole individual.
They actually knows. Like, you do realize you ate your mom, right?
Like, if she go back there, she gonna fucking destroy the village again as soon as shit. As soon as they say that, she gonna destroy that shit again. They be like, no, why y'all telling that shit?
She's gonna finish
on me, finish the job. Y'all thought I was done.
Thought I was done. You know what? I am getting a little hungry.
You looking a little tasty over there, Pep. Looking like a whole snack.
She ain't even gonna give a fuck. She like, you know what? Damn, that sandwich was good.
He said, y'all got any semla or no?
No, she gonna be
what I see happening.
She gonna be on some freaky shit eating Elbath spears.
I see Big Mom going down this arc, and then like them getting a warm welcome on Elbath.
It's like,
you took down the bitch that ate my daddy.
Yeah.
Damn,
like, I think
the warmest welcomes.
Yeah, I think that Prince Loki is gonna be like, oh my god.
And they get to Elbath with this big bitch behind her. They like, why the fuck?
He said, why'd you bring her here?
Yeah, them niggas gonna become enemies of the state straight up.
Big time.
But hey, boys, do y'all think we hit a whole bunch of topics today?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, indeed. I think it's time we wrap this young boy up.
Don't be silly, wrap your willy.
Nigga.
Either that or your pull-out gun gotta be strong.
Yo, what is good?
Unlike these degenerate
I'm
niggas.
trying to act like the chat. Wild.
I was about to say, you don't have to.
Thank everybody for coming through. The Henny Cool Brothers really appreciate y'all. Me and JD really appreciate y'all holding it down and coming through. For the 57 of y'all watching, really appreciate y'all. We will be back again on JD's channel. We will not take as long to do Henny Cool Brothers this time, I promise.
He's going crazy.
Eat your booty-os, kids.
He's lying.
Don't listen to him.
All right, bro. Jay Hutson will never be invited again.
Everybody say goodbye to Jay Hutson. It's left.
Everybody say goodbye to him.
Oh, y'all go somewhere else.
We had a good talk. It was fun.
So we capping, all right.
That character, he is lying. Disable it.
Hey, listen, subscribe to Jay Hutson and Townzie's channels in the description.
Appreciate it. We release videos every once in a while.
As in every month.
Vergo is too.
Huh?
Ooh, hate to see it.
Well, they're going to get consistent, they promise.
I will attempt. Anyway.
Allegedly.
Yeah, once Vergo teaches me how to use OBS.
I got you, bro. I'll let you know. Subscribe to JD, y'all already know. That's the homie, other Henny Cool brother. You want to say a little something, JD, real quick?
Guys, thank you for coming through. Appreciate y'all. Henny Cool Brothers is back in action, and we'll be back soon.
This nigga's such a smooth talker. You should run for president.
It sounds like you like him. All right. Anyway, like and subscribe. Y'all have a good night. Peace.
Deuces.